Hello children, in this video I will teach you about finite and non-finite verbs. Finite verbs and non-finite verbs and the kinds of non-finite verbs. Infinitives, participles and gerunds. Consider the sentence, she runs very fast. Now consider this sentence, they all run very fast. In the first sentence, we use the verb runs because the subject she is singular. In the second sentence, we use the verb run because the subject they is plural. The verbs run and runs depend on the number of the subject. They are called finite verbs. Now consider these two sentences. She likes to run very fast. They all like to run very fast. In both the sentences, the verb is run and it is preceded by the word to. This verb is independent of the number as it applies to both a single subject and multiple subjects. That means the verbs that are independent of the number of the subject are called non-finite verbs. Now, non-finite verbs are of three kinds: infinitives, participles, and gerunds. Now, let us learn about each of these kind of non-finite verbs. First one of this kind is non-finite verbs. That is infinitives. The verbs preceded by to are called infinitives. Here are a few examples. I want to become a doctor. My father knows how to cook. The horse is too weak to pull the cart. The teacher asked him to rub the board. Our army is strong enough to protect our borders. The farmers know when to sow the seeds. These shoes are difficult to clean. Now let us do an activity. Here is a funny dream. Now pay attention to the underlined words. Yesterday I saw a broken egg. From the egg, I saw a buffalo flying away. Then I saw her sitting on a tree and singing a lovely song. Soon after, my dream ended. In the first sentence, the verb broken describes the noun egg. In the second sentence, the verb flying describes the noun buffalo. In the third sentence, the verbs sitting and singing describe the pronoun her. In the last sentence, the verb ended describes the noun dream. Thus, the underlined words act both like verbs and adjectives. Such verbs that act as adjectives in a sentence are called participles. Participles are of two kinds, children: present participles and past participles. Participles that end with ing are called present participles. Here are few examples. I heard the dog barking. My kite is soaring in the sky. This fence needs mending. Watch the raindrops falling. The participles that end with ed or en are called past participles. Here are few examples. Her book is neatly covered. My nose is swollen. The cart is laden with bananas. Look at the sentences on the screen. Each noun has been replaced by a verb ending with ing. The underlined verbs in these sentences behave like nouns. Such verbs are called gerunds. Thus, a gerund is a verb ending with ing that behaves as a noun in a sentence. Here are some more examples. Stop talking. Reading is a good hobby. Exercising is good for health. Farming is our main occupation. Speeding can cause accidents. Improve your writing. So let's recap. In this module you learned that finite verbs depends on number of the subject and the person. First person, second person, third person. The verbs that are independent of the number of the subject are called non-finite verbs. Non-finite verbs are of three kinds. Two infinitives, that are verbs preceded by two. Participles, that are verbs that behave as adjectives. Gerunds, that are verbs that behave as nouns. Hope you all have understood non-finite verbs. Thank you, children.